Hello, this is Josh Robb and Austin Wilson from Hixon Zuercher Capital Management, bringing you the June 2021 market update.
It's June. That's true. So yeah, month of June, we're in it. It's warm, it's hot, summer's here.
Heading into that weather.
So we have some fun, breaking economic data for you today. Some things you need to know, probably some things you don't. So
but you'd want to know anyway.
Yeah, you gotta know them. So first up, the last Federal Reserve meeting, Fed Chair Jerome Powell left rates unchanged, essentially at 0 to 0.25% for the Fed funds rate, largely as anticipated. This was referred to as the talking about tapering / raising rates meeting, pretty much saying that we're not going to do anything right now, but we're at least seeing enough economic data come in that's very favorable that we're going to be talking about it in the future. They also left asset purchases or quantitative easing unchanged in that meeting, though that will be revisited before rates are even considered being raised.
In more strange news, you may have heard about the cicadas that are out in big swarms here in the US.
However, we haven't gotten any.
No, they're more south of us, but yeah, they're out there.
Yeah.
But there was a report of a vehicle crash and the cicada flew in an open window, hit the driver, and caused the driver to crash into a pole.
That's not good.
Now, thankfully, there were only minor injuries to the driver, but the cicada was found dead.
On the scene.
Which reminds me why my dad was adamant you don't want to bug the driver, because that's probably what would happen.
This is also a friendly reminder to drive with your windows up.
Apparently.
Except for me, like I didn't have air conditioning in my car for a long time.
Then that would be even more dangerous.
So you had to keep your windows down, and those cicadas,
they would be
I never experienced the year of the cicada.
That's good.
While a driver. So next up for the month of May, the S&P 500 was up 0.6%. The Dow, it was up 1.9%. The tech-heavy NASDAQ, it lagged. It was down 1.9%, and that was the first down month out of the last 7 for the NASDAQ.
And strange news, a lobster diver was swallowed by a humpback whale.
Wait.
He was,
time out.
yes, lobster diver.
Yes, was this like, is
Yeah,
he like
that's
a
his
legit
job.
lobster?
No, he was a diver for lobsters.
Okay, that's better.
Yes.
That's better.
Swallowed by a humpback whale. He was in the whale's mouth for about 30 to 40 seconds before he was spit out. He was unharmed, but I heard the rumor that he's thinking of changing his name to Jonah.
That makes sense.
And when he was asked what he was doing out there in the ocean to get swallowed up, he responded, Nineveh business. Yeah.
You can't make that up, guys. You can't make that up. Next up, personal consumption expenditures, which is the Federal Reserve's preferred gauge of inflation. That came in at 3.1% for April, which is the latest data that we've seen on that. However, the Fed still calls that transitory, which means they anticipate that it should come down to more normal levels and not stay at this high range for a while.
Okay, transitory. That's
transitory.
the new. All right, like transportation. It's on the move. It's going somewhere.
That's the new. We don't really know what to say. We're just going to let it roll. Word.
Sounds good. Speaking of rolling, in China there is a herd of elephants that are on a trip. No one knows what caused them to leave. They were over at a nature preserve and decided they didn't want to live there anymore. So they've traveled over 300 miles.
That's a lot.
Yeah, no one knows why they wanted to leave, but they did have enough trunk space for this long trip.
Trunk space, good one. That is a pilgrimage, perhaps.
It is.
We're off to the Mecca.
I don't know what they're doing.
Elephant land.
They're causing a lot of damage, that's for sure.
Can you imagine that many elephants just cruising through downtown Findlay? I would be sitting at a restaurant eating my delicious Logan's burger or something, and just elephant.
Yeah, just walks through.
Not a big fan of that. However, I would given the opportunity, like to ride an elephant one day. I think that'd be really cool.
That'd be interesting.
What's the elephant movie where they jump out of an airplane?
Dumbo?
No.
Operation Dumbo Drop.
Operation Dumbo Drop.
That's
Great movie. Danny
Old
Glover.
school.
Watch
one.
that sometime. Next up, the most recent personal savings data we had is that Americans are saving 14.9% of their gross income.
That's good.
14.9% is strongly up from pre-pandemic levels, and this is really good for the financial state of our country and the consumer in general. So keep it up, America.
Yeah, from a financial advisor perspective, honestly, we've been below the savings rate that we need to have for good long-term planning, and so that is good news to see.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that since the late 60s, early 70s that we've seen a rate that high. So that is good news. In other news, murder hornets. They're back. That was the big news last year.
Yeah.
Scientists have found the first murder hornet in 2021, so that is out there. Scientists released an advisory to be careful.
Be careful.
Be careful.
Okay,
that's what I had.
Good job. And last but not least, as the economy has reopened, jobs have been coming back strongly. The 4-week average of initial jobless claims is now down below 400,000, 397,750 to be exact. That's the lowest since the week of March 14th, 2020, which, as we can remember, is pre-pandemic, the last pre-pandemic reading we have. However, that is still about double the normal long-term average. So, as the economy continues to reopen, people are going to go back to work. As some of these unemployment benefits run out, people are going to go back to work, and we're headed there. So,
heading in the right direction.
Slowly but surely.
And finally, in strange news, down in Florida, people walking to the post office ran into a 7-foot alligator that was hanging out there in the lobby. And the animal control confirmed it was an alligator because as they were carrying it out, it yelled, "See you later," instead of "in a while."
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, as always, please remember that nothing we talked about here is a recommendation, but if there's something that you would like to talk about your financial situation, give us a call, 419-425-2400. As Josh mentioned earlier, this is Josh Robb over here. Austin Wilson here from Hixon Zuercher Capital Management, wishing you a happy summer.
Yep, have a great day.
Thanks.